Welcome back, Goddess of Genesis fam. Today's video is going to be talking about the new update that we got last night, and there's a lot going on with this update. First of all, we have the new hero, Uriel, who I do want to get a copy of, because even at only 3 stars, if you use her as a support, I think she has a lot of value. Her support skill is she deals 80% physical damage to all enemies. And she inflicts 2 stacks of Ignite. She has a 50% chance to do additional damage and inflict 3 stacks of Ignite, which is a lot. This would be the only support that I know of that can inflict 3 stacks of a debuff potentially from the support slot. So that's a really strong support ability. If you choose to go for multiple copies of her, for example, if you have a fire team, she has a couple interesting abilities. Like when she casts her super skill or her ultimate, I think she has a % chance to cast her ultimate again. And there's a move where when she's in stealth, she's not affected by group damage, so AoE won't damage her. And when she dies, she will revive 1 time in stealth. And when your warrior, mage, or ranger units take action, she immediately enters stealth. So she can kind of do some sneaky things hiding in stealth. But if you are planning to go all in on Uriel, just to warn you, in 2 months we're getting a light ranger called Balder who has an ability where that entire team can see units in stealth for 2 turns. So just letting you know, if you were planning to limit break Uriel, that you might get countered in a couple months when Balder comes out. The other new banner we got is the Joan Demeter banner, which I kind of went crazy summoning for in a separate summoning video. You can check that out. But I pulled a ton of copies of Joan and Demeter, who I'm trying to limit break both of them. So this is a really good banner. If you are a new player, Joan is probably the best tank in the game right now, so she's definitely worth owning. And Demeter is a top 2 mage next to Freya. She might be the best mage, but she can't cast her ultimate every turn, so that's kind of what limits her in a way. But she does have Leech, which goes through shields. So Demeter is one of the best mages in the game. So this banner is amazing. I summoned over 500 tickets into this banner, and I don't regret it at all. Check out my other video if you want to see what the results of that summoning session were. Now this equipment banner has Crown of Jormungandr, which is an amazing piece of equipment. Personally, I don't recommend summoning on equipment banners in general, this one included. Funeral of Gods is arguably top 3 in terms of weapons. Broken Dawn is probably better. Fire Dragon armor is one of the best armors in the game. Chain of Void is probably 2nd best accessory for assassins and archers, behind Pharaoh's Crook and Flail. So there's a lot of good equipment here, but in general I don't recommend spending so many Genesis Tarot for a 25% chance to get Crown of Jormungandr. Let's see, what else did we get in this? We have the Loyal Empress Order, which is a guild points grind event where you have to bind your current guild to this event to let the event know, okay, everything I do in this guild is going to go towards the guild totals. And when you reach certain totals, you get rewards like SSR trinkets, SSR gear, some Genesis Tarot down there. And these are all the things you have to do to earn points for your guild. You complete your daily quests, you do some World Arena in friendly match, you do the guild construction, which you do every day, Dark Gate, summon, and do Joint Strike, Universal Battle, Universal Arena. So you definitely want to do this to get these free rewards. Light of the First Spark means that in all the dungeons, you're going to get 2 times the Supreme rewards. So if you look at the top here, Normally I get 3 supreme rewards because I think I have a privilege that gives me an extra one. So now I get 6 every day, and in Grand Archives I get 8 every day, because I also have another privilege or perk or whatever that gives you some extra runs. We do have the Ark of Miracles event, which gives you a ton of emblems. The way this works is you can spend, 850 crystals to buy a round of 10, and then it'll spin around like a wheel and randomly choose a type of emblem chest that you get. So there's random emblems between level 2 and 4, and you'll get 10 of those, and then as you start hitting certain thresholds, you'll get the prizes on the right, which are these emblem 4 selection packs, and then eventually the top prize is a fusion crystal, which can raise your emblem from level 6 to level 7, or if you have 2 of them, it can raise it from level 7 to level 8. So if you want to see like what you can get from the Ark of Miracles, in my summoning session video where I summoned for Joan and Demeter, I also did the Ark of Miracles. So I already completed this. That's why these are all already claimed. And you can see what the results of that were at the end of that video. So if you choose to spend like 8,000 crystals to get a bunch of emblems, that's kind of up to you and how much you value your emblems. Aurora has been added to the packs. I don't have Aurora, but if I did, she would show up here, and you could use Holy Grail to level her up now. And we also got new levels in Dream Chronicle. I'm only on SS Plus right now, but we got additional SS level and SS Plus. Those are 2 new levels, and I heard they're pretty difficult. I may do videos when I get to them later this week. So that's some new additional content to look forward to. And one last thing with this update is in the shop, if you are not averse to spending a little money on this game, I think there's 2 bundles here that are really interesting and worth consideration if you choose to spend money. The first is this Gear Fusion bundle, the one that's second from the right. You get an enchanted SSR gear, and you get 2 Dream Dust. The Dream Dust you use to swap your enchants between gear. They're really useful to have. And then the pack on the right, I think, is really interesting too. If you don't spend a lot of money, you should consider looking at this pack. You get a random crystal enchant, so it's going to be an enchant that you don't know what it is. It could be any of the, I think, 6 or however many enchants we have. And then there's the rapid crystal enchant. So you're for sure going to get a rapid crystal enchant. And that means you can boost the speed of either your weapon or your accessory. So that's pretty valuable. So that pack is $15, which isn't too bad for considering you get 2 enchants, and one of them is speed, which is probably the best enchant to have. So that's a really interesting pack you should definitely consider. One more thing before I head out of here. If you look in the regular gear summoning pool, they added the Crown of Sin, which is the next new equipment we're going to get, which means typically they add items to the pool when they're coming the next week. So this means next week, in our next week's update, we will be getting an equipment banner where you can summon for the Crown of Sin, which is probably going to be best in slot for rangers and assassins. It's a helm that deals additional damage to your skill or your ultimate, depending the hit point percentage of your enemies. I'm not super jazzed about the Crown of Sin. I'm not going to be spending Genesis Tarot to summon for it, but it's kind of interesting that it's in the regular equipment pool now, which means when you do your daily free summon for your equipment, you could potentially pull a Crown of Sin, or you could run into some enemies who have the Crown of Sin before we officially get the equipment banner, which will be coming next week. So that's it for this update. Good luck. Have fun, everybody.